God, chaos, professional stuff. You guys, I need your help. I need a new job. So, before I say that, let me just tell you guys that you guys know that I have my platform. I'm still teaching. You guys can go on my Patreon and stuff like that. I'll be okay. But I was just a little bit sad because I have to get a new job because the place that I'm currently working at, they got wrapped up in drama, playing games on people's computer, hacking the phone of Tomas Aragon and different public health directors, playing with them in that technology, trying to get deals. And something happened with the computer system, and I don't want to be around when it like blows up because something happened with the computer system. And you guys know when you have your license, you have to be careful where you work at, especially if you know that your job is like doing certain things when you have a license. So, right, and that's like kind of like what I was like thinking. So you know, I think the best method of action is corrective disciplinary action, and I don't want to work at a place where they're hacking the computer and then they're selling out, their patients, and then their patients are going missing or getting targeted or their phones are getting tapped because they're in this whole thing looking for weight, and I just feel like the best thing for me to do is just to step aside and leave and let that whole thing blow up because I don't want my patients to be like, impacted or my community to be impacted. So I'm going to step out. So, one of the things that was happening here is like on the computer where I'm like submitting like all like the CMS notes and whatnot, it's not saving and there's hella shit going on where there's like a bunch of data falling through the cracks, and then I'm seeing I'm getting access to different pages I shouldn't be getting access to, like in different states and different areas. Like I shouldn't be seeing this type of stuff. I shouldn't be getting access to that. And it's because of what they're doing, and I know what they're trying to do. It's because of what's currently going on with my channel. They're trying to make it seem like I had access in those different states, and it's really because of what got started in New York with Cardi and them. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, but you're not going to implicate me because I had nothing to do with those murders. I had nothing to do with that drama. I had nothing to do with that. You guys shouldn't have played with that technology. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, well, this is how they found out who was doing what and who was starting what. It's because Daisy has access to this and this is what was going on, but I don't have access in that state. And I noticed it on my computer and I told my manager about it, and she doesn't really know what to do. So I'm just going to step on you guys. It's okay. I already started the process like a couple weeks ago. I should be starting my new job. Like I'll have like a week off, which would help me because then I can really bust out all these different like bash shells and JavaScript and JSON files, right? Because I've been like busy, and then also too that will help me like get a little bit quicker with my certificate. I finished phase one of my IT cybersecurity certificate. I'm so excited. I just have phase two to finish and then I'm done, right? So I just don't want to be implicated in that and like what they were doing, hacking the computer, and they're playing with a lot of people right now. But I just think the best thing for me is to not have like connection to that type of system. I just want them to see me build it, right? I want them to see me build it. Like, oh, the system that we were talking about, like some people get this for their job where they can find people's information, emergency room, da 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 da. I don't even use that thing. Like people like really started hella shit like that at the job playing. And there's something currently going on in the Samoa community where somebody was playing with that thing and it started all the different homicides because how were they getting people's address? And I don't want to be privy to that because I don't want people to say that Daisy was working there. She didn't say anything. I can't be involved in that. So you guys, like, these are some of the things like, in this war that, okay, I have to switch departments because I don't want them like having my name in this. And something recently just happened, and this happened last night. I was downtown Oakland, and I saw a female Georgia license plates, and with the BMW, and I'm like, where, what are you doing down here? You're a long way from home. And it's because they did something goofy like how to cash doll. How did they run up on her house? How did they find her address? They got caught up because of my channel, but also too, with that whole entire thing is they had blamed Offset's mom, because you guys know Offset mom, I'm friends with her on LinkedIn, she knows about this nonsense. That's how it made it to the Migos. Something that had gotten started was Offset's mom works for Georgia Power. You guys know Georgia Power, it's like PG&E. So they were blaming her and trying to set her up, saying that she was the one giving certain information, and that wasn't true. So I don't want them putting my name in that, especially it's because the feds have to get set up for what they got started. So they're going to try to say like, oh well, this happened because this was here and that was here. No, I don't want that like going on. Stop having sex with kids and you wouldn't feel that way, okay? It's the magic from space. All right, thank you. Thank you. Stop having sex with kids and get off my chat because all of you guys are getting tapped. Someone in their network went to jail. That's why they're in my chat like that. But you're just proving my point for the people that are watching. No, not yet. So I just have to like step out because I have to like report this. And then also too, like, they have your clunkless working there, white women that are having sex in their family, having sex with their cousins and their brothers. And they think like harassing black and brown patients or black and brown people at work is getting them spiritual powers, but it's just getting them set up with HHS, Health and Human Services Department, So I know that that's currently brewing, and I don't want my name there. Like, oh, Daisy worked here, and see, we're not having sex in our family and starting shit. I don't want that to be the case because a lot of people are like clamoring around me because of what recently happened. So I'm like going to be exiting, and at least with what I'm going to be getting to do next, it's going to be a lot more like, I'll be able to like really do the work that our community like needs. So I just decided like, let me just step up out of here, like I have an option, I have things to fall back on, but I don't want them putting my name in that. And it's really because of what happened in New York. And so many people fucking got set up, right? And so many people got set up because of what they were doing with white supremacist groups running back and forth, hacking the computer, playing with different drugs, getting their ass whooped and dogged in the streets of Oakland because of it. And people like setting them up, finding their location and all that type of stuff because they were smart, they were on my channel, they were listening, right? So I just wanted to tell you guys, like, some of you guys are like thinking about that, like, yeah, I want to switch departments or I want to switch to a new job. I don't want them playing over here. And then just another thing too, like, I don't want people, because I'm like moving right now too, like I'm excited, I'm moving to a new building, and I don't want people like having access to like my work devices and like weird ass people coming around, because that's one of the things that they're about to get hit for. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I just wanted to step out, and my community will understand because we're doing a lot of work, but they'll completely understand like why I had to make the decision that I had to make. It's just because like, I don't need it. I don't want to be involved in that. And I think what's happening now in New York, it needs to keep happening because people need to see that they can get set the fuck up and that it's possible for them to get hit up, you know? So one of the things that they're also doing is like they're because of what happened with the Chinese community, right? Because of what ended up happening with the Chinese community, there's like a bigger issue, like, oh, we tapped their phones and we hacked and harassed them, and now they know who's been setting them up. Like, that's like a big thing that's going on too, and it's what's about to happen in New York with the Chinese community. Flushing. It's what's going to happen in Flushing in the next few days, and they're trying to look for a scapegoat. They're trying to look for people to like set up. My thing is like, why are you playing in their phone? Even if you said it was me, they're not going to do anything because they already know. Why would you upload her to virtual reality? You already saw that she was a psychic. You were asking for drama. That's not like in your favor. You see what I'm talking about? So I say that to say, you guys, yeah, that's fine. I say that to say, you guys, like, these are some of the decisions that you guys are going to have to be contemplating, but I'm stepping out so I can step up and like be more available in a different capacity. And, like, oh, somebody had a tarot card tattooed on her shoulder. I should have showed it to you. So anyways, I just say that to say like there's a lot moving and going, and I don't want to be anywhere near that when they start this, because their thing is going to be like, oh, we didn't sell like a bunch of our to clinical trial testing. We're not like hacking the system and doing like medical fraud billing with dead patients and people that are in jail, et cetera, et cetera. We're not taking like people's provider license and then like using it in different states and starting drama. I don't want my name affiliated with that, or I don't want to be associated with that, because they're going to try to use that to slow down what's going to come next. So I just decided, you know what, let me just like keep it pushing because I don't want any drama. All right, you guys. So I say that to thank you. And this is just another thing that's going to get a bunch of people charged, because why are you doing all of that? And like thinking that this is an opportunity to do more of it, And you guys clearly see like New York is on fire, and it's because of what the whites were doing, playing games, because they're having sex in their family and they don't know how to function or operate, right? We out here trying to function and they don't know how to function because they're having sex in their dad and they're fucking their brother and their sister, and they're spreading bullshit all around and they're getting caught up. I also want to say what happened on my channel was very serious. A bunch of like college kids, a bunch of Indian Indian college kids, non-Irklunkla college kids, like other whites, black and brown college kids, immigrant college kids. They came to my channel because of a certain email that went out, and they found out about this having sex in your family, and then going to people of color and having sex with them, and then playing with clinical trial testing and robbing people's farms and shit like that, which is what they're doing there, to look for herbs and things like that. And I don't want it like any parts. I don't want people like taking my pay stub, feeding it to kids, and saying like, well, now we'll have power because this, right? Like, I don't want any of that. So let me just step out because there's too many Irklunklas there. So I just wanted to let you guys know, like, that's just a decision. I was like thinking about it over the weekend, and now I'm just gonna fully go with that decision and just make it happen for myself. So I got some good news this morning. That's why I was like, okay, I can go ahead and say that. And my mentor works at Department of Public Health for one of these places. I know a few people that work in the county departments in New York and other states where this nonsense is happening. So I'm just gonna go let them know. It's like from this like women's network that I'm in. I'm just gonna go ahead and let them know like what was going on and who's like doing this and like what their family is doing, and that in a couple of weeks like they'll be able to see the files and the videos because of the system that we're building, right? Well, you'll be able to get access to CMS files. And this is how somebody's going to go get caught up, because that's one of the things that they did in the Spanish community is people that were working in these different places, they were hacking their devices and hacking their computers to play with a remote team viewer, where they had a virtual machine that can control their computer, so they can go into links, they can go into databases, they can go into stuff like that, and it looks like it's you, right? But then there's something about your IP address, the switch network, the subnet, everything that's going to get people exposed. And that's something that I'm looking forward to coming out. No, I didn't get caught up for any of that. I don't use that system. That's like one of the problems. It's because something blew up in New York, and I'm watching it happen on my platform, and how it's trickling down into the Bay Area, and people going missing for clinical trials because of these different organizations that are selling people's health data by hacking the system and then targeting people. And I, like, again, I have my license, so I can't be privy to that, knowing what they're doing, because the feds are watching my channel. So anyways, you guys, I say that to say, I'm here, Hawaiian Islands too, yeah, just playing games and like starting too much nonsense. I don't have time for it. Like, we have a lot of things that we're doing in the community, and I have to get this platform out, and people are calling me for deals. They want to make collaborations, they want to move forward. So I think that that's what we're going to go ahead and do.